Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to whatever's on your screen right now. Lots of recording done today for non-World of Horror things. Very cool, very neat. First thing, first variety, the 9th, TM. Because that's already been uploaded, so there's nothing I can do about that. But we're just gonna do a little quick play, a little Thutu Scars, Kyrie, Memory Extract. You shouldn't have. I need to say Kyrie early on in the video, so that when I go... I don't edit the Adobe subtitles very often. Like, it's just totally an at-whim thing, where it's like, alright, today I will edit the subtitles to make them coherent. But, like, I will use the search thing so that it replaces Kyrie's name properly. And so her name shows up, for the subtitles, because it's always like a Y, and so I can just edit that and then replace all, and then it works. But with someone like Aiko, it's really, really hard, because sometimes it's like AICO, sometimes it's Echo, and sometimes it's like Eco. It's really weird. So, thankfully, we're just Kyrie gaming right now. So knowledge, charisma, dexterity, and strength. So we got the full sweep. Now, how do I really want to do that? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I feel like just sort of the standard is okay. Like, just sort of the standard knowledge run is probably pretty good, but I'm looking at this and I'm like... I mean, yeah, it might be a little bit boring, it might be a little bit boring. It might be a little bit normal, but hey, that's okay. We can have an average run every once in a while, that's alright. I'll do it one more time. I mean... yeah, sure. I'm not gonna complain about that. No siree, thank you so much. You'll love to see it. Now we do need to do a little bit of a recovery for fun. But, actually we'll just stick with the default outfit, that's fine. I probably should see... Moriko, perhaps? Do a little television watching. Grab the remote, flick between the channels. And, I don't think I don't think just a lot of too many tentacles on TV. So I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do, alright? Here's what we're gonna do. We've got arms, coma, painting, mermaids, and sailors. I feel like we should probably do painting second just to get it out of the way. Although what we want to do first is actually kind of tricky. I'm gonna do coma first, which is a little bit weird, but with memory extract we can make it work. Now, do I want to get Kyrie's bag? Not until we get self-therapy. There's no point to get it until we, like, when we get self-therapy, okay, we can grab it if we have the, you know, time for it. The doom for it. But right now, I'm just kind of happy sitting with this. We are gonna grab I mean, we might as well, right? First mystery, we need to spend some resources. One bite wouldn't hurt, nothing wrong with that. And so hopefully, what I'm hoping is that in case we run into some horrible enemy, we can kind of just use the Dust of Seeing, pocket sand, take care of it real quick, real nice. Although with the HDF it is a little bit slower than other weapons, so I suppose that's... wow, okay. We're still gonna get up to 8 knowledge. It's just, I'm not really happy about... Not really happy about that. Did we have Worrying Ward? I don't remember. Oh, God. Let her cook? Or... Let her cook? Or give her, like, the worst day? I don't remember if we have Worrying Ward or not. I'm gonna let her cook. Just because, like, I can't, in good conscience, raise the threat level of the hospital. Which, I mean, you know, is probably good for, like... It's a good mentality to have for real life. You typically want to keep hospitals safe. You don't want to make hospitals dangerous places to be. Just a little bit of a, you know, radical statement there. Oh yeah, dangerous, funny moment, haha. So, we got 7 stamina. The problem is that we're gonna go back down to 6 reason. And it's like, okay, cool. Oh, but we got the tireless buff, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We're hanging out with that. We're vibing with that. Honestly, give me the EXP. We didn't fight a single enemy in the first mystery, so it's just kind of important to... chill out. And try to get as much... just chill out in the warm water, you know? Just chill out in the warm water. Dexterity is our highest stat right now, and it seems to be working out pretty well for us, so... I mean, there is self-therapy, but honestly, with the 30 Doom we got, I don't really want to deal with it right now. You definitely could make the argument that, it wins you the game, and it definitely does win you the game, but why do we need to win ourselves the game with some sort of external, really powerful thing, when we could just win the game with what we've got already? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? First enemy moment. So we can only attack twice. But I still think this is definitely the way to go, because we guarantee that he's... Actually, hold on, what the heck? No, we guarantee he's dead. Don't even worry about, like, doing more damage. Just fucking kill him. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. So that was our first enemy. I'm trying to think, like, what we can do with everything else. Also, I just love it when Steam, like, something pops up. I'm not gonna get the chainsaw. I don't want it. I don't need it. We've passed up 2 I win the game buttons, and we're gonna try to win without them. Do not try one more time. I remember that that's pretty bad. We got a cut artery? That's pretty devastating. Gonna take a couple stamina as a treat, you know? Billy Mays! The brother? The man? The myth? The legend? I mean, as much as I hate to say it, do we just, like, take the 2% Doom again? Because if we miss... here's the thing, we can actually do this guilt-free. Because if we miss, then we're gonna take 2 damage anyway, or 2 Doom anyways. If we hit, we save ourselves some time. So that's pretty nice, actually. We can just guarantee that Billy Mays is, like, I don't know, freed from his, well, his ropes, I guess? I was gonna say free from his chains, from what was binding him. But, alas, he was actually, tied to a chair with rope. Now, I wonder, have I ever told this story? This is probably, like, one of the most wacky things that have happened to me. Well, okay, not one of the wackiest things that happened to me in my life, but it stood out. This was a long time ago. Like, oh god, well, it wasn't a decade ago. It was almost a decade ago. Holy shit. It was almost a decade ago. I was getting, like, my first PC computer, right? I was getting my first PC, and I invited all the lads over, right? It was the lads, and then one of my family members was there. And we cleared off this space, had this big old table, we were cooking, alright? We were gonna build a PC. And that shit, because we were all bad. Too many cooks, too. We were all bad. and it was just like some like long ongoing process. It took us like probably about 10 hours, maybe 11 hours, 12 even, to finish that PC build. But anyways, it was like 1 in the morning, and we finally, well, no, it wasn't 1 in the morning, sorry, it was like 10. It was like 10 or 11 p.m. And we were taking a break to like eat, because we've been at it for like 9 hours, and we hadn't finished yet. So we were taking a break to eat, and I remember my friend, he was walking upstairs, and then I was about to walk upstairs behind him, and then the doorbell rang, okay? And so I turn around, and I don't see anything, because I'm looking at, like, you know, typically if somebody's standing in front of it, like, it was a glass door, right? You typically expect to see somebody standing there. But instead, there was like a, what was it? There was like this gray thing at like below chest level. And so I opened the door and I see he couldn't have been, it was maybe like a year or two younger than I was. But there's this young guy, like teenager, maybe a little bit younger, maybe like preteen, and this kid is duct taped to an office chair. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, he's literally just, it was one of the most absurd things I've ever seen. Like, he was just duct taped to an office chair, just like completely in front of our doorstep, and I was like, I was like speechless, and I opened the door fully, and then I stepped out, because it's like the staircase was right in front of the front door, so I like walk back, and I just like, my friend who's at the top of the staircase just starts laughing his ass off. Like, he is just like, he's just losing it, because he's just seeing like somebody's in a fucking chair duct taped to it. And then my family member is like, what the fuck is happening? What are you looking at? And then he sees it. And then my other friend, he sees it. And we're all just like completely dumbfounded. We're asking what's happening. And somebody's going to get scissors. And he's just like, oh yeah, I fell, like, oh, my friends and I were having a sleepover. I fell asleep. They duct taped me to this chair. I was like, oh, okay. And it was like, there were the two kinds of people who were there. The too many cooks in the PC kitchen. All right, there were two people who were there. There was the half of us were like laughing and giggling, and then the other half of us were like, you need to get like better friends. But I will never forget. I mean, I'm never gonna forget that day, because it was like the day that me and the boys built a gaming PC. But also, like, I'm never gonna forget that day because there was like a person duct taped to a chair left in front of the doorstep of the house. And it's like, I'm never gonna forget that. Literally, I'm never gonna forget that. Like, ever. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. That happened almost a decade ago, and I still remember it, like, incredibly vividly. I remember my friend who had the scissors, he was cutting them free, and is like, listen, I'm the one saving you right now, so I'm allowed to laugh at this. God damn, I remember that shit so vividly. It's one of my... honestly, it's a very weird thing to say is one of my best memories, but, like, that day was fucking crazy. Because it was so stressful when it initially happened, because we're all trying to figure out how to build a computer, and we're all worried that we're fucking up. And then, like, I'll still never forget, it was like 2 in the morning, and we tried to post the PC and it didn't work. And we were getting an error code, and they were all like, my tech-savvy family member and my tech-savvy friend were Googling it, and they couldn't figure out what the fuck was wrong with it because they couldn't find the error code online. And then I just looked at the manual, and it was like, oh, hey, this error code is what you get when you don't plug the power in. Oh, that was a day. That was a day. That was an ordeal. That was a thing that happened. Yeah. What a wild and/or wacky event. Now, what the hell are we gonna get rid of? We're gonna get rid of this, and then we're gonna get rid of the Dust of Seeing, I think. Because I like the, we still have a bathtub. I like having the healing. Oh, that was important, too. Oh my god. That's not just 15 EXP, that was important. That was a necessity. But yeah, no, every time, like, Billy Mays in this game reminds me of it. Not because of the, you know, the being tied, well, being tied to a chair. That's exactly why it reminds me of it. Oh, right, hold on. I should probably, you know, before I fucking die, I should get this cut artery taken care of. So now that I've just talked about one of the most unhinged experiences I've ever had in my... Well, I've had more unhinged experiences, but that's probably the only one that's like, you know, you talk about on a video, on a World of Horror video. So it's not the craziest thing that's happened, but it was one of the wackier things, and it was on a very memorable day. Because it's like, you know, you and the boys hanging out when you're, like, you know, a decade younger. And you're all getting together and you're all working towards a common purpose. This isn't just hanging out. This is, like, actual, real shit, you know? Pretty wacky. What are we doing here? I don't know. I kind of want to rest, but 65 hits different. Let's do the monument. Okay, now I'm gonna rest. A little bit weird, but it kind of works, because we heal +2 reason, and I think that's fine. Okay, fair enough. You know how cool it would be to, like, randomly get elusive or something? That'd be crazy. That'd be great. Imagine if you could randomly get elusive. That'd be awesome. I'm not bitter at all that certain characters' perks just don't show up because the game hates you or whatever. I should be able to kill Haru, cut off his head, and then get his hard knock perk. That's what I should be able to do. Should be able to kill Ayaka, get her blood mania. Kill Jury, get elusive? Absolutely. Now, do I want to do mermaids or arms? Probably arms last, because we can skip the mermaid boss fight if we need to. And I think we just rush it, like we just rush the main story as quickly as we can. Uh-oh. It's over. We're dead. We lose. We can throw this, so that's good enough. Kind of. But I do need to do... Oh, God. That's horrible. Do I have, like, some... We're drenched? No. You piece? No way. It's look. That's awful. Okay. So this is the hardest fight in the game, apparently. I mean, we just have to hope. Like, if we missed there, all the resources that we spent would have been for nothing, but taking 4 stamina damage when you got, like, 71% doom and ticking is, like... You can't do it. You cannot do it. It's non-applicable. It's a non-starter. Oh, fuck. Actually, we have full sanity, so I don't really care here. Having full sanity is a much more different experience than having, like, limited, whatchamacallit. So we're feeling a little bit better about that one, but we're absolutely hitting the burn gritty. Although that's 2% doom that I don't want to have to deal with, but it is what it is. I almost wish we had the small candle. That was horrible. Oh my god. We just have to keep doing it, by the way. We need to get the, I will take a ride here. That's fine. Because we haven't rested in this mystery, right? That was the last one. Did we get self-therapy? No, we did not. Listen, the Vatican doesn't approve that one. We don't even have a gun with 1 bullet. We're not looking too great here. But, oh, I'm a dumbass, by the way. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm dumb as hell, but that's okay. Ah, shit. Okay. Okay. Lump of flesh. Go gadget. What did we get? Innsmouth look? I think that's what we just got. Not that it matters, but 2% doom just to get rid of this burn. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's criminal. We should be able to steal more from the hospital. We made it safe earlier. You owe me. Alright. Ithutu late game, coming in, hitting hard. Drenched means that we lose. I lose these? Catch me losing? Oh, you know it. You absolutely know that we hit this gritty. This is horrible. She has 26 health. Like, what am I supposed to do here? What I'm supposed to do here is pray and then run away. And then we just hope to God that the Doom doesn't kill us. Because there's nothing I can do about, like, literally anything else. Like, just any fight is a you lose. It's a non-starter. Because of Drenched and the fact that we don't have attack speed, it's over. Like, I think that if I had to rank what the most dangerous things are in the game, I would probably put Freaky Flood up there, because the idea of having your attack speed lowered is just, like, too powerful. Like, having your attack speed lowered is like, you lose the game unless you already had attack speed and your perks are really good, right? Like, nothing that you can do about that. I will take Ghost Connection, because that can potentially clutch the game for us. I'll take Stamina. We need to get to the end of this mystery as quickly as possible. We need to hit the monument as many times as we can. Yeah, just turn it off. Can we finally find out about the elves and the Nazis? Let's find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Is there anything that I can sell the flashlight if I need to? 3 stamina? That's not good. Also, that was 4. Wait, no, I'm dumb. Don't worry about it. That's a 5, not a 4. I know. Take sanity. Nope, can't do it. Absolutely can't. Go to here. Get cursed for stamina. Panic is fantastic. Love that. So here we go. 86% doom. If this is a boss fight, I think we just lose. Take a bath because it doesn't matter. Okay, this is it. Oh, you son of a gun. Oh, you piece. So we can do 2 turns of full attacks, which we just have to. We have to full send. We have to full send. We have to get this thing as like low as possible. Like, we can't mess around with, like, dodging or anything like that. We just have to do this. And then, oh no. It's over! It's over! The centipede is real! Okay, hold on. Let me just make sure that it's over. So this is gonna do 10. And it doesn't do bonus, right? It doesn't do bonus? Let me look at the log. Yeah, it doesn't do bonus. So this is gonna do 10. And so that would be 2 off. Actually, we can throw the flashlight. This is a higher % chance than having to dodge twice in a row or whatever, so... Well, that's fun. Do we have curse signs? We actually don't. Kinda nutty. We're taking -3, -3. This doesn't do anything. Okay, so let me just reconfirm how we're doing here. We're good. -0, -3. Takashi, we're good. We're good. -3. Is there anything that's gonna get us killed? I don't... This couldn't it? Because this place counts as the seaside. Do I risk it? I think I have to risk it. Chance of losing reason. Okay, yeah. I think I just have to risk it. For the, because if I rest once, like... We can heal during the Takashi fight if we need to. Yeah, that's what I have to do. If, Yeah, that's what I have to do. if we take, like, damage from the Innsmouth Curse, or whatever, the Innsmasu look, we just need to pray once during the Takashi fight, and that should be fine. The Kanappa ritual is bad, and will get thrown in the bin. Memory extract exists, it's very nice. Yeah, we just go. We just go, and we just hope that we do it big. We can get hit by Takashi probably once, and then that's it. Like, after we get hit by Takashi once, it's over if we don't, kill him faster. Yeah, we can get hit once, easily. We can easily get hit once. Now, the problem is that, you know, if we miss one attack, we're, like, gonna die, so... Don't be crazy, just hit it big, do 7, just do 14. We're okay with that. Even if we had to throw the heavy-duty flashlight, we have memory extract, we've got a bunch of different stuff that we could have done. We can also just heal stamina here, that's okay. Doesn't matter what I take. I don't think there's any, like, check to see your memory, but we have Billy Mays and we have Tainting, so... Alright. We have snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, which like, the moment I saw us miss twice on that centipede guy, I was like, yeah, it's over. That was pretty bad. That was a pretty bad run. Barely scraped by. But hey, like, if I went with the chainsaw, we would just, like, vroom vroom and rip and tear, and video would have been over 5 minutes ago. So I gave you 6 extra minutes of content. So, you know, it's pretty cool of me. Glad I was so considerate. Alright, stay safe out there, have a good one, bye.